All right, day 3 of OTAs complete here at the Steelers Southside practice facility.
Yeah, 1 week done.
That's it. 1 week in the books. Jeff Hathhorn, I'm Josh Rowntree. Well, the big news today, we finally got the confirmation, Jeff, that Diontae Johnson has not been here at the Steelers practice facility for OTAs this week. He has not participated in OTAs. As we know, he is hoping for a contract extension, but right now not here. And I guess my thought is, I understand where he's coming from. Certainly, these are voluntary workouts, but you also have a couple of new quarterbacks you're trying to break in and figure some things out, and certainly I think the team would benefit from his presence.
Well, and I think we can infer, and we're not saying that this is the reason because we don't know, but we can infer that he is here not here because of his contract, because he's always a guy that's been first on the field, last off the field, has worked hard every day, has been at every practice, every OTA, and the fact that he's not here is not just coincidence that he's looking for a contract.
Yeah, we talked to Chase Claypool and asked him about it. He's the one that confirmed that to us. But he said, you know what, it's not exactly a big deal that Diontae Johnson isn't here right now.
Yeah, I know he's grinding no matter where he is. So I know a lot of people are looking into it, but I wouldn't look into it too much because he's perfecting his craft and he's going to come ball up. So.
Yeah, we heard more from Chase Claypool today, and I thought he had some interesting comments. And, you know, he has gotten criticism over the last couple of years about TikToks and dances, things like that, Jeff, and it seems like he's heard some of those criticisms.
Yeah, apparently you ripping him all the time has been a bad. He's heard it, and he knows that he's coming after you. No, he's heard the criticism, and he said, and he's right, the numbers aren't that far off from what he's done, but let's be honest, there are some things, what happened in Minnesota, and he did admit that he's trying to stay on his feet for those long passes, and that is a big thing. You know, how many times did he catch a deep ball where if he could have stayed on his feet, it would have been a whole different scenario?
Yeah, absolutely. He had a pretty good comment, though. Listen to this. This is what Chase Claypool had to say about kind of public perception of him and what he's been trying to do on the field.
You know, people spin it like I don't care and anything, but I do care, and I do work my ass off every day. And I'll keep doing that until I'm the best receiver in the league.
An interesting comment there, for sure, from Claypool. And you could tell, I mean, he's heard that criticism. And
it's not like he's not in shape. You know, it's not like he's walking in and he's got a gut. I mean, the guy is working hard. And will he work on the right things to be what he needs to be, especially with the contract just coming around the corner?
Yeah, what's interesting, I mean, this team drafted a couple of wide receivers, including George Pickens. We heard from him today as well. And that's a guy that kind of has some similar traits to Chase Claypool.
Yeah.
They kind of
don't think he noticed
some similar things. So yeah, I think he maybe has taken some of that to heart here. We also heard from TJ Watt today as well. First time that he talked here at OTAs, and you know, I asked him, Jeff, you know, there's optimism that Stephon Tuitt is going to be back at some point. They obviously get Tyson Alualu back as well, and that seems like naturally a way to fix the run defense, which was just so bad last year.
Yeah, it is. And adding Miles Jack, I think that's another good add that maybe people forgot about in the offseason because of all the stuff with the quarterbacks. They have to be better against the run. You can't be dead last, especially in this division when you're given what the Browns can do on the ground and what the Ravens can do on the ground. You're really setting yourself. I know they had success against those teams last year, but you can't continue to have success when those guys are healthy in this division, especially if you can't stop the run.
Yeah, the Steelers gave up 5 yards per carry last year. That was the worst mark in the NFL. It just has to get better, and obviously getting guys like that will be a big piece of it. But TJ Watt, some interesting comments from him today as well, and obviously, you know, go back to just kind of the offseason that he has every year. This is what he had to say about just the work that he puts in the offseason.
I always go back to Wisconsin. I always train in Waukesha County with my trainer, Brad Arnett at NX level, and I always tell people they come watch and work out. It's very football specific. You don't see me just bench pressing every day, squatting every day. It's all to be the best football player that I can possibly be. It may look boring, but a lot of people get bored with the little details, and that's how you be successful. You just have to not get so caught up in the redundancy. You have to understand why you're doing all these little things, because if you're not doing all the little details, someone out there is. And I want to be the guy that continues to get better, and in order to do that, you have to do all those little things right.
All right, so that's a story. Week 1 of OTAs, at least the first public week for us to come down and watch is in the books. Steelers will get back at it next week as well. Jeff, what were your overall just kind of takeaways from the first 3 days that we could get out there and see these guys run around in shorts?
We can't tell you the quarterback rotation, but you can look at it at both of our Twitter sites, and you'll notice that it didn't change throughout the week. I thought it was interesting talking to the offensive linemen that they want to build camaraderie. They've spent a lot of time off the field together, but that lineup hasn't changed. It's been Cole at the center, Daniels, and also 69 Kevin Dotson on the left side. So that has remained the same, because we can tell you that because they told us that. But I think that is interesting that as much as Mike Tomlin says, oh, we're changing things up, they really didn't change things up when it came to those two positions.
Yep, absolutely. We'll have a lot more throughout the week, throughout the weekend at 937thefan.com.